Hi guys, my name's Woodhawker and you're about to get all the news and information from this week in LaunchBox. So without further ado, let's get started. Well, let's start with the most exciting news for this week, and that is we just had a giveaway for 100 free lifetime licenses. And this time we had over 8,000 entries, which is absolutely ridiculous. And we have a ton of new subscribers here on the channel. So if you are a recent subscriber and you are watching this, welcome aboard. Happy to have you here. I hope you enjoy these videos and all the other content we put out here on LaunchBox, from news to updates to information, the how-tos to community videos. It's really a mixed bag of nuts, but it's everything LaunchBox, and it's a pretty cool channel, so we hope you stick around. So before we dive into some community news, let's talk about some development news. First up, a fellow Canadian, if you think I'm a Canadian, I live here, but I'm not technically Canadian, Vlansix is helping us integrate a new 3D engine into Big Box. Now this is awesome because it'll really help improve performance for all 3D elements across Big Box, such as CoverFlow and the new wall view, which we'll be talking about in just a moment. And this should allow for more advanced 3D features in the future, like proper 3D boxes and other things, I'm sure. It's very early in development, but Vlansix is smashing back those Tim Horton coffees, which are very average. I've had a few lately that are getting better. The point is, he's taking a lot of caffeine and making a lot of really great progress on this, so you'll see a lot more about this in the coming few weeks. And again, it is really cool because this really helps the performance of everything 3D in LaunchBox, and we all know how great 3D is, right? We all go to the movies and watch the 3D Star Wars. I always feel like I'm missing out if I don't do 3D. I don't even like 3D, but unless I go to 3D, I feel like I'm missing out on an experience. And now they have D-Box at the cinemas near me that has moving seats. So it's like $30 a freaking ticket to go watch a movie one time. But when I watched Doctor Strange and the seats were moving and I had 3D, that was actually one cool experience. But moving on. Steam banners have been added as an image group in Big Box and LaunchBox, and they can be used in CoverFlow. So it's much easier to set Steam banners as the default image for particular platforms. The new Big Box wall view has been tweaked, and now it kind of looks like the start of Star Wars. Speaking of Star Wars, the whole scrolling screen text words thing. I'm messing this up big time. You know what I mean. And lots of theming options have been added to it as well, so it can be tweaked by theming developers. So you can actually make it look Star Warsy if you want, if you're good at developing, which I'm not. And now for community news, I want to feature CTRL-ALT-DEFEAT this week. He's been doing a lot of awesome and hard work within the community to put out a few cool things that I want to talk about this week. For starters, if you like Metal Slug, this one's really cool. It's a Metal Slug theme for Big Box.
Heavy machine gun.
And speaking of 3D, this next one is a hack and fan-made theme. Yeah, that's right, playlist theme. It just sounded weird when I said it. Which has sort of a 3D scopy look to it that looks pretty cool, like a camera zooming 3D thing. I like it. It's messes with my head a bit. And next up, I really like this one. It's the NES Black Box Collection theme. I actually really like collecting the Black Box versions of the NES games, so this one's really cool if you want to use that for your NES Big Box playlist collection. It's a theme for it. And finally, we had a couple more images uploaded to the community gallery of you guys sharing your collections. We had Pdurk 956 update his collection and show us his actual setup with his computer and his cubes and his little shelf and everything like that. His little collection setup corner. Sort of a little bit like what I've got going on here with my computer and everything. Maybe I should upload my little setup. Maybe I will do that actually. And then we had an unknown client, share his arcade cab that he still needs to get his buttons all flashy and pretty, but apart from that, cool cab. Thank you for sharing those, both of you. And if you want to share your little setup or your gaming collections or your LaunchBox library or whatever it is you want to share, make sure to head over to the forums where you can download themes and videos and a bunch of cool stuff and everything you need. And yeah, check it out. And finally, something I haven't done in a while is thank the LaunchBox Patreons. A huge thank you to you guys for all the continued support you show LaunchBox, but it really does go back into LaunchBox and help make this as awesome as it can be. All these updates every week, all this stuff that gets done and accomplished every single week, the crazy amounts of work that goes into it, not only from Jason, but everyone else behind this. It's all thanks to you guys on Patreon, helping support and making everything we do here possible. So thank you so much for that. And that is everything from me this week, guys. I hope you have been updated. I hope you're satisfied with the news you got this week. Thank you again to everyone that entered the competition. Thank you to everyone that watches these videos. Remember to hit like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. For the love of everything emulating, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, week, whatever it is, playing video games. It is fantastic weather outside here in Vancouver, which is really rare. So I'm gonna wrap this up and get outside while I still can, but I hope you guys have a fantastic, I already said this, goodbye.